Hi, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. So today we're gonna be talking about on how being seen in a bad light or allowing yourself to be seen in a bad light is actually a very, very good thing. I know it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound great at all. By the way, just I hope my nipples don't show up a whole lot. But if they do, I apologize in advance. But I know that some of you guys actually enjoy seeing nipples, and that's completely okay. Anyways, I did write a few things here on my screen. I'm just gonna be checking on them real quick, but everything will be coming out of my mind. Okay, so let's get started. So allowing yourself to be seen in a bad light, being seen badly, is actually a very good thing. It will be something it will be a signal that you give yourself that you are accepting yourself and that you are accepting reality as it is. It's almost like you get to understand that not everybody's gonna like you, and not everything will be exactly your way, and that's completely okay, because guess what, we live in a society out there, and people live in different ways, different cultures, they got different opinions. But as long as you start allowing yourself on that to happen, you see yourself, or you let other people see you in a bad light, in a bad way, in bad shape form, you become free. And why does that happen, right? We're gonna find out here. So I got a little thoughts that I had just said I placed on my screen, and what does it mean to be seen in a bad light? I just literally just said it. But first one, you can act accordingly with your own values, even though they are not very popular. It really means that you try to do what is right for you, even though other people may not agree with. They may judge you for that, and they may not comprehend your motivations. For example, here I am in front of this camera wearing a harness. This harness is most likely gonna bring a whole lot of judgment, but guess what? I do not care at this very moment, because at this point in the game, for as much as I have been in this world, by the way, I'm 35 years old. I have already gone through all sorts of, prejudice for being gay, or prejudice by being a Latino, or many, many other things you can imagine. Some people are judged by being who they are, by being black, by being Muslim, by being whatever. And that will give you, you got to understand that your story is what makes you. Your story is what makes your identity at this very moment. And when you allow yourself to act with your own values, everything changes. And you got to understand that some people got completely different values than you. I'm going to give you another example, right? Sex work. People who do sex work are highly judged out there by everybody, but nobody actually sees the environment they may have been brought up into, the people they may have come in contact with, the difficulties, either financially or psychologically speaking, may have put them into that situation, that may bring that a whole lot of judgment. But at the end of the day, only you get to pay your own bills. Nobody is coming over to your door to offer you some extra dollars to pay for the light bill. Nobody's really gonna buy you your own clothes. Nobody's gonna pay you for some McDonald's. By the way, if you want to pay for my food, or you want to pay me some bills, you can always donate. I'll leave the links down below. Anyways, second one, you get to express your own authenticity. As I said, when you let yourself be seen differently by others and you just simply don't care about it, you get to be yourself. It doesn't matter if you're gay, if you're straight, if you are anything in any identity whatsoever. You get to tell yourself, this is who I am. You get to accept, this is who I am. Some people will, and some people will not like me, and that's completely okay, you know? If you live in fear of maybe, let's say, again, this video is for gay people. If you live in fear that someone is gonna find out about your shit, guess what? You're not gonna be able to be yourself. Every single time you decide to go do something, you will have to second guess every single step you make because you're trying to fulfill somebody else's expectations of you. And guess what? That is shitty. You will only ever be free, or you will have a sense of freedom once you start to live authentically. Period. Another topic that will give you is that you will not be afraid of committing any more errors, or you just lose your sense of failure also. Understanding that committing errors of failure, it's completely part of the process of learning, and that perception of others about your failures do not define your value, right? I have gone through a very, very bad episode about this point specifically. By the way, this is the first time I'm reading this. I'm just going through Reddit. I did not study this. But I have gone through a certain process of my life. And even though the person who said that to me is no longer around my circle, I will quote what he said. He said, "Hey, this event does not define who you are. You gotta understand that." And in some parts, yeah, he was actually right. I only say in some parts, that is mainly because he did judge me in a different way later on by calling me disgusting. But guess what? Maybe I enjoy being disgusting, and I don't expect that from that person anymore. I don't expect anything from them anymore. It's been 3 years. They call me disgusting, but guess what? I am disgusting. Here I am, bitch. But yeah, events don't really define your value. Your values are who you are, what is actually right for you, what can you handle, what are your boundaries, what people do you let step into your own bubble. Establishing boundaries, look at that, healthy boundaries. When you learn how to say no to things that do not serve you, even that may make people, sorry, it's in Portuguese, make people disagree or come to frustration, right? When you understand that you got to say no to some people, you'll get to see actually who they are. Also, tied to that very same event, at the moment I have said no to someone, they showed me who they were, and guess what? They fucked me in every single way possible. Every single way you can imagine. They did, and they did it hard to the point of losing my damn job. But when you say no to things or people that do not serve you anymore, you actually become free. You actually get to understand that this is your choice, and you're making that choice because you wanted to, and you are holding yourself accountable for that choice, right? Because this is all what it's life about. We gotta hold ourselves accountable for our own choices, and you gotta, put in or get with your own individuality. You gotta accept that you are not going to be loved or understood by everybody, and that is completely okay. I'm gonna read that again. Understanding your own individuality, accepting that you will not be loved or understood by everybody, and that is completely okay. So it does not matter how fucking nasty you are. Don't matter how nasty you are, you will always be disliked by someone. You can do 100 different things to make the world better, but there will be that one fucking person who is gonna pop off out of fucking nowhere. They're gonna come out they will sprout from the earth, from the ground, and they will take the time of the day to tell you that you suck, even though you're helping many, many, many people out there. They will feel the need to express themselves that they don't like you somehow, that what you do is wrong, that the way you dress is wrong, that the lifestyle you live is completely wrong. And guess what? You got to remember that your own events have brought you where you are. You are who you are because of the things that you allowed yourself to define you, right? So guess what? The earlier you decide that what is actually right for you, the earlier you understand that you are unique and irreplaceable in your own way. It's hard to say irreplaceable because depending of what we are talking about, if we're talking about work, yeah, you can be completely irreplaceable. I mean, you can completely be replaceable, you know? If you work for a corporation, guess what? They're going to find somebody that will do your job within 48 hours, and you're going to have to be okay with that. They don't care if you leave. They don't care if you walk away. They will find somebody else because that's how the corporate world works. But yeah, you just got to understand that some people will not like you. I have gone through this for a very long time, and I did not understand that for a very long time. I used to work at a position where I wanted to be liked by everybody. I wanted to be loved and seen by everybody for all the good things that I would make and I would do. But that does not mean that people will see you how you wanted to be seen. Sad but true. You gotta accept that. Okay? So why do all those things are liberating? So the first one that says it reduces your anxiety and stress. The constant effort to please everybody and be perfect is exhausting, which it really is. I'm reading that off the screen. Now I'm reading. It really is exhausting and generates a whole lot of anxiety. When you let go of this pressure, that will become a immense relief. So yeah. Anytime you decide to tell yourself, oh my god, fuck it, I'm just gonna do things my own fucking way and I will not wait for anybody else's permission or validation, I think things will actually do themselves right. Things will fall into place. If you don't have to, please your parents, if you do not have to please your church congregation, if you do not have to please your ritual buddies, your football buddies, your friends or anybody, because guess what? You're alone in this fucking world. It don't fucking matter. You're born alone and you die alone. It will increase your self-esteem and your confidence. When you act in a way that is more authentic and courageous, your confidence will grow because you are honoring your own truth. When you actually start speaking to yourself, I am making the choices that I'm making. I am acting the way that I'm acting. I am dressing up the way that I want to dress up. This is a character, by the way. Of course, this is a character, but I had to make this character to be here and I'll explain that to you. And I'm okay splitting myself in two, but this is what I'm doing and I'm okay with the consequences of this video because this is my truth, motherfuckers. But anyways, your confidence in being in front of the camera and saying those things will actually increase and you feel so much fucking better. Your relationships will become more genuine. People that love you and accept you for who you are actually the ones who are worth your time. If you allow yourself to be seen in a bad light, not only you put away others that connect with you on a idealized version of you, and then you start attracting the people who are likely more like you. So that was a quick translation that I did on my mind. So what does that mean? Oh my God, what does that mean? It means that the more you act in a more authentic way, the more that you act in a way that you can be yourself, the less you will have to put up a mask, the less you will have to put up a vision that or an idea that others have for you. You are one person to your mother, you are one person to your dad, you are one person to your siblings, and so on. You are another person for your friends. At the moment you start being yourself 100% of the time, you start pushing away naturally. You will push away the people who are not supposed to be with you. You will start pushing away the people who do not resonate with you, and you start bringing others that are actually attracted to your own person, to your own personality, to the things that you like to do, to the things that you enjoy. Okay? You will have more creativity and innovation. The fear of judgment paralyzes innovation and your creative expression. When you do not worry about what others think, you will feel more free to explore new ideas and be original. You see what I just said? Did you see what I just said? I'm going to read it again for you. More creativity and innovation. The fear of judgment paralyzes the innovation and your creative expression. When you do not worry about what others think, you will feel more free to explore new ideas and be original. So that means do what you want to do. Okay? Just do what you want to do. Be yourself. Because the more you can think for yourself, the more that you don't have to shift into two identities, into what others are expecting of you. Guess what? You get to feel more free to do those things. So if you want to start a business, you start a business. If you want to start in painting, you start painting. If you want to start singing, you start singing. Oh my God! But somebody said that my sketch was shitty. And so what? Just keep on sketching, and you're actually gonna get better over time. Just understand that it is not really a something that you're completely born with. Yeah, you're gonna have a little more inclination to something, and then you're gonna start practicing, and you're gonna start getting better. But you're gonna lose the fear. For example, I'm speaking in front of the camera. The more I do, the better I'll get. The more I'll be able to control my voice to be somewhat like it does sounds better to me or to other people. I don't know. The more you start driving, let's say you lose the fear of driving, you start driving more. You get better at it. But just because you want to, but not because somebody else is afraid and they express the opinion that they don't want to drive, right? And lastly, you get to live a life that is more fulfilling and more meaningful. By the way, it is your life. When you live for yourself, aligned with your own wishes and purpose, you get to become a person who is much more rich and satisfied. I'm gonna repeat it again. I love repeating those things. I kind of like it. You get to live a life that is more fulfilling and meaningful. It is your life. Only you get to live your own life. Nobody else is gonna live it for you. So if you wanna be a painter, just be a painter. If you wanna speak in front of the computer, in front of a camera, just so you can help other people become more self-confident about themselves, do so. If you wanna wear a harness as your damn costume, just do so. Whatever you wanna do. Whatever you feel more aligned. This over here, this can be a mask for a whole lot of people, but guess what? This is part of me. And I know this is gonna grab a whole lot of attention. Not only that, but my microphone as well. People are gonna look at me sideways, but I don't fucking care anymore. Because if that's what it takes, that's what we're gonna do, bitches. But anyways, all in all, yeah, you will become much more satisfied with what you do, and when you get to accept that people will go, eventually they will go, because there's no worse feeling than being left behind. And that took me a huge ass time to learn that, you know. When I was living for others, when I was trying to fulfill everybody else's expectation, when I wanted to be always right, I did start seeing people walk away from me, or they stopped seeing me, or whatnot. And that actually happened to me. And I had the worst time of my life. I have fallen into the deepest depression I could ever have, to the point of psychosis, because one or two people who I've seen as high as they could be, as examples, as role models, at the moment that they have left me behind, I have fallen to the ground. And when you get to understand that eventually people will judge you for who you are, people will distance themselves from you for who you are or what you do or by your interests, they will do it. But it's nothing really personal. It's just because you don't resonate with them. Don't be mad about it. You just don't resonate with them, you know. Sometimes they just don't resonate with anything you do. Maybe they're just resonating with the mask that you're putting on right now. Okay. But yeah, being seen in a bad light is a radical invitation to auto acceptance and the courage of being yourself, or self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. I'm reading this part again. It's in Portuguese. Fuck off. But yeah, being yourself and being seen in a bad light is a radical invitation to self-acceptance and courage of being yourself, independently of external validations. It is a posture that paradoxically, but from the word paradox, you know, even though something happens, but it doesn't happen, it is good and it is bad at the same time. You get to live a life with more authenticity, peace, and more meaningful connections. Anyways, if you have enjoyed me rambling for about 25 minutes of this video, and if you're until now, I really want to thank you for watching this video. Please do not forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel, just so we can get more takes and things out of my damn mind. And I really thank you, and I really hope that you come back later. Oh, somebody broke something out there. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Bye-bye. Don't look at my titty.